So the upcoming week, here on Monday, the moon is in Pisces in Purva Bhadra Nakshatra, which is very much about the um, letting go of our fascination with the world. Purva Bhadra is, well, I should say our fascination with the world and culture, which comes from Aquarius, universalizing our consciousness. Purva Bhadra and Pisces, the early part of Pisces, is where we get that glimpse of deeper reality, that sort of lightning strike that comes down from heaven and shows us the glimpse of who we truly are. And so that begins in the early part of Pisces, the later part of Aquarius, early part of Pisces, Purva Bhadra, then Uttara Bhadra is where we go deeper into that by concentrating our attention on that experience and the source of that experience, rather than mistaking that glimpse to be enlightenment, which many immature souls do. Once they get even just a glimpse, they think, oh, now I know everything. I know, I've seen the truth. Well, you've just had a little glimpse of it, but embodying the truth and living the truth comes through dedication, concentration, effort, and Uttara Bhadra is really a symbol of that. It's really that part where we concentrate our attention and go deeply into those things that rain down upon us from the source itself. So taking that glimpse all the way to the source is what Uttara Bhadra is about, and it's a very selfless nakshatra as well in the middle of Pisces. And then after that, Revati is the shepherd goddess that leads us home after the long journey around the zodiac. The end of Pisces is Revati nakshatra, ruled by Pushan, the deity, which is more like a shepherd. And this is a very selfless nakshatra, and one probably the most gentle nakshatra in the whole zodiac. After we've put forth all this effort and concentration, then we find a safe journey home. And then on Thursday, moon goes into Aries, Ashwini nakshatra, which is the nakshatra that initiates the zodiac signs, the rasis. But actually Ashwini comes after the soul is led home by Pushan, the deity in Revati. Then the soul is healed in Ashwini, the physicians of the gods, and it's also where this is also the first nakshatra in Aries, where we initiate a cycle of growth and action here on Earth. The early degrees of Aries, Ashwini nakshatra, the two horses. You want to get those two horses running in the same direction, otherwise we can be kind of lost and our energy dispersed. So that's on Thursday. On Friday, the moon is in Bharani nakshatra, still in Aries. Bharani is ruled by Lord Yama, who is the god who takes the soul to its final resting course, or its final resting place. Yama shows up at the time of death to take us where we need to go after the soul is cared for and healed. Then Yama comes and takes us where we need to go in Bharani nakshatra, which literally means bearing, or like bearing the results of what we've done. So that's on Friday. We have this Bharani nakshatra, and it's also ruled by Venus, and Friday's ruled by Venus. Then over the weekend, next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the moon is in Taurus. It's exalted on Saturday, especially in Kritika nakshatra in Taurus, which is ruled by the god Agni. This is called the first nakshatra. It's also the Pleiades, the constellation in the sky where our sun was born. So it's very much the origin of our life, which is the origin of our sun. That's why it's called the first nakshatra, and Agni, the god of fire, is the ruler. It's very much about purification and cutting through the mental clutter. This is why the moon is exalted in Kritika, and it'll be there on Saturday, June 16th. And then June 17th, the moon is still in its exalted sign, but in what's called Mula Trikona, which is in the middle stages of Taurus, where the mind is stabilized and settled in Rohini nakshatra, the most beautiful of the nakshatras. And you see it's very close to the moon and Jupiter and Ketu on Sunday. So next Sunday will be a good day for really penetrating to the deeper layers of consciousness with this moon, Jupiter, Venus, Ketu conjunction in Taurus. So if you want a more detailed explanation of every day this week, where I go over the ruler of the day, the lunar phase, as well as the nakshatra in more depth, join my member site. You can get a free, you can get 14 days for only 1 penny. So check that out. 14 days, only 1 penny, like my members get.